Thank you for watching Weekend Prime. Welcome back, and this is your favorite segment, Face the Facts. Now, it is deeply troubling to inherit a position without appreciating the significance it once held for the nation. As the country reflects on the events of the 1990s Sabasaba movement, it is disheartening to see some politicians such as Oburu Odinga speak about issues of justice in this country without the wisdom and sensitivity they demand. And in this week's edition of Face the Facts, our journalist Aman Kamariki has a letter addressed to Oburu Odinga, a courteous and a gentle reminder of those enduring ideals. Welcome to Face the Facts.
Welcome to Face the Facts. Where I come from, it is considered highly improper to address elders directly or point fingers at them. We are taught that every elder possesses wisdom and deserves respect. For where our elders are present, we already know that wise counsel prevails. The ODM leader, who is also leading the Linda Ground faction that is fully behind President William Samoei Ruto, is an elder who, by virtue of his age, should be given some respect. Yet his recent remarks warrant a candid response, for truth remains the closest ally of justice. In the Wednesday's meeting at State House here in Nairobi, Oburu Odinga stood before Kenyans and spoke. As has increasingly become his habit, he appeared more concerned with preserving his own interests than with addressing the concerns of the people.
You have laid a foundation.
In repeatedly defending the president and his administration, even where there is little to commend, Oburu has continued to reap political rewards and to retain his place at the table of power. He rose and made remarks that carry serious weight, even if they were intended in jest. Listen to him for yourself, just to understand what I'm talking about.
We try to move, but private interests around who want to benefit from small infrastructure which does not move the country anywhere, always come in to put pressure on government not to move. And sometimes then there is too much democracy. There should be some little benevolent dictatorship so that some things can move. Mr. President, I don't want to say that you should be a dictator. I'm not saying that. But some of these things, like the social health fund, the SHA, I think people who are criticizing it don't know what, they don't go into details of what is happening.
I was surprised and shocked that our brother Oburu, who comes from a family, a political family, which has fought for democracy and is in a party whose name bears the word democracy, would invite Ruto to be a benevolent dictator. You have heard about extrajudicial killing, abductions.
Indeed, democracy is an incredible thing.
You know, Oburu Odinga, by making such remarks, Odinga has, in my view, brought discredit upon himself and cast a shadow over the party he leads, a party once renowned for championing the national interest and democracy. Let me remind Oburu Odinga that under the leadership of his brother, Raila Amolo Odinga, Baba, may his soul rest in peace, he earned a reputation for defending the rights and interests of Kenyans with unwavering resolve. Even when Raila entered into political partnership with those in power, whether with President Uhuru Kenyatta or later in cooperation with President William Ruto under the broad-based, he continued to uphold the principles of democracy rather than compromise them.
Democracy is on trial. Democracy on trial in Kenya.
Oburu's recent remarks are offensive to all who cherish human dignity and to everyone who longs to see Kenya move forward. In the eyes of many, he has not only shown disregard for the Constitution, but has also tarnished the standing of a party that has long commanded respect, both at home and abroad. The shoes Oburu wears are remarkably large to fill. to inherit the legacy of a father who stood for integrity and truth and democracy, only to become a cheerleader and a choir member for the erosion of democratic values, is a painful story and one that is an irony. If Raila Odinga were alive today, or he woke from the sleep today to hear the words of his elder brother, one can imagine that he would be deeply saddened.
And there is no other move which is nearer to the universal health care in this country than the SHA. We have covered now more than 30 million Kenyans.
The health cover that teachers were given by the employer is not working for the teachers.
Oburu, wherever you may be, remember that many sacrificed greatly for the freedoms Kenyans enjoy today. What makes the moment all the more striking is that these remarks came just one day after the nation marked Saba Saba Day. To many, it is troubling that an elder statesman would appear to make light of Kenyans' rights by suggesting that President Ruto should embrace authoritarian methods of leadership, so long as those power remain content.
Ni lazima tupate power.
In the eyes of their critics, Oburu and his allies have become a chorus in support of State House and the government far removed from the vision of democracy and accountability that earlier generations of ODM leaders sought to uphold. The young people of this country are undoubtedly witnessing developments that trouble them. Let me remind Oburu that Kenya's democracy was not built overnight. Your grandchildren, Oburu, and future generations of your own family will one day depend on those democratic freedoms to thrive. If it is hunger or the lure of wealth that has drawn you into the president's camp, then satisfy your needs quietly. Get the money, get the food, and stay there. Do not tarnish the nation's image merely to secure your own comfort. And finally, Kenyans, let's consider the expressions on the faces of the president and the cabinet secretary for treasury. Just look at them. They speak volumes on their own. That is first the facts. Greetings to the people of Opoda Farm in Bondo constituency, Siaya County. I leave you with the saying that says, he who shares his table only with those who feed him eventually loses the freedom of independent thoughts. My name is Haman Kamariki.